is the latest survey or poll of the Oakland elections, and this is by Oakland Mayor 2014, actually Phil Tagami, and FM3 Associates. And without you seeing necessarily me, let's get to the cut to the chase as to the results. This was just released about an hour ago. Today, Thursday, Kaplan, Kwan, and Schaff are the leading vote getters, and Kaplan wins the model ranked choice voting. This is the second time that Oakland At-Large Councilmember Rebecca Kaplan has come in first in a test of ranked choice voting. The last one was the Jobs and Housing Coalition's survey. It says undecided voters are disproportionately at the age extremes: Independent, Republican, Asian Pacific Islanders, and African Americans. And there's a huge list of them, over 60%. The first 7 candidates were eliminated in order. Saeed Kamaruz, not surprising since he doesn't really campaign. Gin Houston, since he doesn't really seem to want it. Pat McCullough, since he doesn't show up. Nancy Sidebottom, who's getting better. And then, of course, Charles Williams, Wilson, and Peter Liu. So, Courtney Ruby was eliminated in the 8th round. Her supporters went to Libby Schaff. Then Sheikh Anderson supporters were unallocated. Brian Parker supporters went to Rebecca Kaplan. This is also the second poll where Brian came in this case, not getting a lot of votes, contrary to how much he's spending. Like Anderson, many of Dan Siegel's supporters were unallocated once he was eliminated. Joe Tuman's supporters tended to move to Libby Schaff or be unallocated. Kwan narrowly beat out Schaff in the final elimination, though Schaff's supporters were not likely to support either Kaplan or Kwan. Fascinating. And look at this. Is there any candidate for mayor that you would never vote for? Jean Kwan by a whopping percentage, followed by Sheikh Anderson. Wow. Then Rebecca Kaplan. Interesting. Then Dan Siegel, King Houston, and then it goes down. The majority either no one or didn't know. That's interesting. The race for city council. In District 2, Abel Guillen and Dana King are the top 2 contenders. There you have it. King, Guillen, Blackburn, Park, Maxey. So the ranked choice goes to Dana King. Broadhurst in District 4 has a huge lead, but 3 in 5 voters are undecided. Still, Jill Broadhurst, wow, it's initial vote. She wins by a ton over Annie Campbell Washington. This says while nearly half of voters are undecided, Desley Brooks, the incumbent, enjoys a 3-to-1 lead over her other challengers, all of which are African American. So the idea that African Americans are dissatisfied with her is not playing out in the survey at all. So that is how it runs out, and there's the information there. But let's go back real quick to the top and take a look at something here I find really interesting and curious, okay? Let's see if I can do this in a hurry to save video time. I'll scroll all the way up. This is back to the Oakland mayor's race here. Right here, okay? There. It is right in this outcome. There we go. The initial vote. Kaplan 15%, Kwan 13%, Libby Schaff 10%, Joe Suman 6%, Siegel 5%, Parker 4%, Anderson 2%, Ruby 2%, and so on. So if you take a look at this, Brian Parker at 4%, this is really out of whack with what he's spending. So there's still a strategy name recognition issue here. It's not because people don't like him. Gene has that problem. Okay. Libby could rise up and take the thing. That's what I see. But Rebecca, this is the second poll Rebecca scored out really the highest. To be noted. Stay tuned.